In the vast spiral arms of the Andromeda expanse, war and peace were dictated by one dominant force, the Tarkalians. Towering beings of bioforged armor, bred in the crushing gravity of neutron-forged worlds, the Tarkalians were the undisputed apex of galactic power. Over 5 centuries, they had subjugated 128 species without firing a single shot. Their presence alone broke wills. Their war chants echoed across comms before any confrontation. Resistance was never wise and rarely attempted. Until they met humanity. It began with a signal. A strange, unrefined transmission bouncing across the edge of Tarkon-controlled space. At first, they assumed it to be remnants of a collapsed species or a lost colony. Then came the images. Metal birds flying through storms. Primitive bipedal lifeforms walking on a blue-green planet, launching fire into space, setting foot on their moon with crude flags and unmatched audacity. They call themselves humans, said General Vorker, viewing Earth's first interstellar probe on the screen. Barely post-industrial. No threat. But his second-in-command, Commander Nzek, paused. They reached orbit with combustion. They've split the atom without guidance. Their homeworld is a Class 5 death world. And they're still thriving. The Tarkalian High Council decided on a standard contact then dominate protocol. Send a fleet. Demand submission. Offer membership at the cost of sovereignty. Humanity responded with a message. A single line of text beamed back to the Tarkalian ambassador ship. We don't kneel. The Tarkalian fleet arrived in Earth orbit in full display. 50 dreadnoughts, armed with star-tearing energy lances. Earth's defense forces were laughably primitive in comparison. A few orbital stations, armed satellites, and nuclear deterrents that might as well be firecrackers. But then something unexpected happened. A human ship. Designation. TSV Vengeance. Decloaked right in the middle of the Tarkalian formation. Cloaking technology that rivaled their own? Impossible. Before the Tarkalians could react, Vengeance moved. Not with thrusters, but with a ripple of space-time manipulation that bent gravitational norms. Its main cannon charged. Not plasma. Not lasers. Something different. That's a railgun? Muttered Nzek, confused. Except it wasn't. The projectile exited the barrel at 0.2 C, a solid tungsten rod, aimed with surgical precision. One Tarkalian battleship shattered in an instant. No shields, no warning, just raw kinetic obliteration. The fleet opened fire, but the Vengeance danced between death, moving with prediction algorithms the Tarkalians couldn't track. Their dreadnoughts, proud relics of centuries, were outmaneuvered by a vessel designed not to intimidate, but to end wars. Within 7 minutes, 20 Tarkalian ships were space debris. The rest fled. The Tarkalian Council was stunned. Never in recorded history had they. 2 weeks later, human diplomats arrived at the Tarkalian capital. No fleet, no threats, just 3 ambassadors in plain uniforms and 1 AI companion. Ambassador Alara spoke first. We don't seek war, but we don't fear it either. The council scoffed. You defeated 1 fleet with 1 ship. Impressive. But we are billions. She smiled. So are we. And now we know you're not gods. They had data on every Tarkalian military outpost. Not through hacking, but through human observation satellites placed quietly near their worlds. The Vengeance wasn't alone. It was a prototype. Mass production had already begun. You've ruled through fear, Alara continued. We grew by surviving our worst fears. Join us, she offered. Or try again. You won't get a 3rd chance. 3 cycles passed. The galaxy shifted. Dozens of oppressed species rose up, inspired by Earth's defiance. The Torku, once Tarkalian slaves, joined the human alliance. The Ishtar, brilliant engineers, began enhancing Earth's already lethal railgun tech. Human philosophy spread. Stand, fight, protect your own, bow to none. Humanity didn't conquer the galaxy. They rewrote its rules. And the Tarkalians? They didn't fall in flames. They submitted not through weakness, but awe. Because for the first time, they had met something stronger than fear. They had met hope, carried by a species too stubborn to break. too bold to bow. And history took a turn.